Alright guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a super exciting episode. Well, for me anyway. No, it is not turning the key in the Escort day, and it is not supercharging the FJ Cruiser day, but that video will come sometime this year, and it is also unfortunately not taking delivery of my first supercar day. Today is the first day that YouTube is actually paying me to make videos to post them here for you guys. Now, I realize that may not be as exciting for you guys as it is for me, but it's absolutely mega exciting. My projected earnings at the moment are $50 a month, so that will either buy me half a tank of fuel in the Escort, or I don't even want to think how little fuel it's going to get me in this 160 litre tank. But I figure what I'm going to do today, seeing as the garage is, man, the sun is bright, seeing as my workspace isn't incredibly tidy right now, and this is now a job because I earn money from it, I'm going to put the camera down on time lapse, I'm going to shove on some really cool music, and then give this shed a massive, massive clean, because you can't earn decent money if your desk is a mess. Now I gotta ride or die. Okay, so I was going to put some music on, but I've had this question a lot. So I figured I'd just answer it here on the video for you. And that is, how much did it cost me to import my Series 2 Escort RS Turbo from Northern Ireland to Australia? Now, the exchange rate at the time was 1.744. So that means for every £1, it was 1.744 Australian dollars. The exchange rate now is a lot worse. It's actually almost $2 for every pound. So 1.744 was pretty good. Now, I'll put the numbers on the screen for you to make it easier to follow. The car was for sale in Northern Ireland for £18,000. I negotiated and got it for £16,500 or $28,780. The car then needed asbestos testing, which came in at £1,390. Then I had to get my mate from the army that I served in Afghan with to go and pick it up from Northern Ireland. His ferry cost £223, and insurance for him to drive the car cost £50. And the Australian dollar denominations of those are on the screen as well. Once I got the car, asbestos cleared and all that kind of stuff, it sat at my mate's army base for probably a week or two outside the gym, because he's a PTI and he runs the gym there. It sat outside the gym for a week or two, and then the shipping company came to collect it. Shipping was $1,777, which is actually really cheap, and it's way cheaper than you probably thought it would have been. But that's roll on, roll off. If I ever did this again, I would do container, just because roll on, roll off, they do nick stuff from your car like they did from mine. And that's 3,100 Australian dollars as well. So I had to have the vehicle cleaned before it left the UK. That was £154 or $270. It failed the cleaning inspection when it arrived in Australia, presumably because they didn't do it well enough in the UK, or maybe it got dirty on the boat because the boat drove through some mud and splashed it up. I have no idea what went happening there. But the re-cleaning fee was £200 or $350. And the customs release fee after the re-cleaning was £86 or $150. And then I had to pay GST, which is goods and services tax. It's kind of like VAT that you have in the UK. And that's 10% on basically where I'm at the moment with what's it cost me. So that was £1,911 or $3,333. The car then got delivered to me, and let's forget the fact I had to replace the fuel tank and do some other stuff. Let's just say none of that went wrong. The compliance plate to say that it adheres to Australian design regulations was $114 or £114 or $200. The roadworthy, which is kind of like the MOT, except nowhere near as stringent, was £57 or $100. And then I had to pay stamp duty, which is basically something that they charge you in Australia to register a car in your name. And that came at $1,155. And that brings the total to £22,956 or 40,037 Australian dollars. And that, guys, is how much it cost me to import this Series 2 Escort RS Turbo into Australia. As I said, we really do not know how many of these Series 2 Escort RS Turbos are in Australia. There are more Mark IVs than you would think, because there's a few people that have imported over XR3Is and Mark IV Cabriolets and stuff like that. There's even a couple of Series 1s here in Australia. One sold a few years ago. It was pristine for about $70,000, which is about 35 to 40,000 pound. It was absolutely mint, and that was a few years ago, so I imagine they're upwards of $80,000 now. There's a Series 1 cab here, or a Mark III cab, Series 1 converted. So yeah, let's have a quick look at the new workspace. Everyone loves a clean space. Ignore that, it's cross-eyed at the moment. This is stuff for the four-wheel drive, recovery tracks. This is actually a fold-out, portable kind of shower toilet thing. Sits on the side of the car. This is a 270-degree awning. Need to fit that. Springs for the front, because the ones that are on the front are the wrong weight. The 3 jacks. Max power boombox. You guys have seen the welder. This is my Scorpion exhaust. It was all covered in under sealant, and I gave it a real good clean off the other day. I was really happy with how that turned up. It's never going to be mint because it is, 30 years old probably. And you can see here where the guy, not before me, but the guy before him had a spark plug in there. And then he bought it. The guy that did that bought it off the original owner, which was a lady. So it was the lady, spark plug flamer dude, old man, me, 4th owner. That's pretty cool. These are my old calipers. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I've got a new one of these, brand new. It's in here. The boot keeps closing on me, guys. If I hold it up for a minute, normally it stays. Nope, just let it rest on my head. There you go. Got this off eBay. That's cool. I did get a new fuel line as well off Scott Kyle. Rest in peace, dude. That was a fucking shock. I did get a new one of these, but then the guy that it got sent to lost it. And that was not me. That was not me. That was someone else. All the tools laid out, super easy to find. Makes for easy videoing. Because now I'm a big time YouTuber earning $50 a month. Wheels that will go on the car, and here are my 5 Series 2 wheels. Dash has a hole in it where there was like a boost gauge. I'm probably going to try and repair that. I don't know how, because I'm running a custom digital dash setup in here, which is going to have boost and oil pressure and all that kind of stuff on it. So yeah. And that is the 600 wheel horsepower Toyota Supra that I sold so I could buy my Series 2. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my first ever "This Is Me, I'm a Paid YouTuber" video. today. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you're still watching right now at the end and you haven't subscribed, you clearly like what you see. So come on, guys, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.